Hey, all this Xenoxis. This is not like a part one of anything really. This is just going to be an update. I'm talking about the challenge that I'm currently doing. It's not a challenge that I'm recording currently just because I don't know how the challenge will go, so I want to like test it beforehand. And maybe I will create a harder version of it if it's if it ends up being too easy and stuff that, because yes. So I'm gonna talk about the challenge a bit here, stuff that, and maybe I will even reload a file or whatever. So this, I don't have the character that is actually named after the challenge because it's the Terra character that I have named after the actual challenge. So my Terra is called, you can see here, Battle Mode Active, Battle Speed Fast, not very fast, you can have it set to very fast actually. Then I have it on default on the walk as the speed instead. Cursor memory I would normally have on, but the auto battle is actually really good because the auto battle, the way auto battle works is that when you activate it, it repeats whatever your current command is that you have done. So for example, you can have lock steal all the time, basically, pretty much, even if you have already stolen from something and stuff that. So I'm using the graphic display standard, I'm using classical and font style, I'm using BGM normal or original music instead of the thing, but certain songs are only available as arrangement. I don't know how many of the songs that is, of course, and stuff that, and then yes, I am using the boosts. But it is just because it's actually part of the challenge, just because it actually makes the challenge harder to gain the levels quicker because of the fact that the levels do matter, but basically this is a no stat challenge, which means of course that yes, our stats aren't really gonna be going up. So currently I have a Thieves Eraser here on him. So of course it gives you agility +5, but more importantly you have raised inhabited by Spirit of Thief, and that increases success of the steal command. Now normally steal is 40%, but this makes it 80%. Not like including like let's use the regular steal, that is not the rare steal, but it also improves of course the rare steal as well. I'm using the twist headband here, which is of course strength +3, agility +1, and stamina +2. But you can also see, for example, that certain things have an extra effect. For example, like if you go in here where they have the green beret here, it looks like, oh, defense +19, evasion +10, magic defense +13, but then if you press the view description, a captain raises maximum HP by 1/8. So 1/8 would be like basically if it would be 8 out of 8, it would be like 100% increase and stuff there. So it's whatever it is like to like divide 8 times, right? So 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So it's less than 20, and it's more than 10. Yeah, because 10, then it would be 10 out of 10 basically and stuff that. Like if it would be 10, so 1/8 would be. I forgot exactly what the number is. It would be basically, but yeah, but it's pretty good. So I'm using Getting Gav currently on Shadow and stuff that. And Ninja Gear I normally give to another character because when Shadow goes away for the first time after you do the whole Gao stuff or before you get Gao basically, and he goes away once you reach a certain point. When he goes away basically before you jump into the thing, before you jump into the false thing. Whatever, and he like leaves, then basically you get all of his equipment and stuff that, and then I usually put Ninja Gear or someone else, but it's good to give him Ninja Gear back. And theoretically Green Beret also, I had one Green Beret actually drop also in the what do you call it, the plains where Gao is, stuff that as well. So yeah, it is using double white cape here. You can see I also have, for example, ribbon already with the gloves, barrier ring, one reflecting, of course. We have the Gigas glove, which you actually pick up one very early on. So then we have the Tintin Abulum, which I think is supposed to actually be that it's a parody of Tintin album. Right, Tintin, the character, the comic character, and stuff that it's supposed to be that. Something like that, because yeah, you get that from a certain side quest, which actually is very easy to do. You don't need to even look up how to do it. It's something you can figure out on your own. And yeah, the Thief's Knife is interesting because, of course, it doesn't increase your steal chance, but it gives you steal from it. I actually had Genny gloves on him before here, and stuff that, and then I used it, for example, with Main Gouge because air knife does not give you agility, but main gouge does give you agility. Same thing with thief's knife, except thief's knife gives you magic evasion and regular evasion, while main gouge just gives you regular evasion and stuff that. So the thief's knife is actually very good because of that, but main gouge gives you one more. So yeah, keep that in mind. One thing that I'm gonna test though is that if we can go back, can we go back? I can show you here. Narsh, I'm only missing one chest in Narsh, and I know where that chest is. I think it needs some sort of key. Maybe it's one of those that open in World of Ruin. Figaro Castle, I'm missing quite a few things in, but I believe that is in the machine room, and you don't get access to the machine room until World of Ruin, I believe. So it might be that those things are still missable, or that you cannot get them yet. South Figaro, I don't know if that is gettable yet. The items that I missed there, it might just be a stupid barrel somewhere, or a stupid thing, because yeah, the ones that are chests, of course, obviously are in chests, but stuff that are in clocks, and otherwise, it could be used to be in that guy's mansion, of course, could be a thing, stuff that. Also, the Doma Castle, I believe you cannot get those chests or items until later on. I don't remember if the guards will be there all the time, even when you have gotten the airship. And you properly have gotten the airship, because when you first get the airship, you use a force to fly to a specific location. You don't control it yourself. Stuff that we got everything in Mobilis, we got everything in Nicaea calling in there. Narsh Mines, I'm still missing something in, which I forgot exactly where that thing is that I'm missing. And I think that thing doesn't become available until later on. Stuff that, because yeah. And we did miss the thing in the Serpent Trench, because I didn't take the right way. But you can go back to Serpent Trench later on, and I believe still go into the water there, so those aren't permanently missable. Because that would be really bad if I just permanently miss that, because I went the wrong way. Because I choose left all the time, basically, in the Serpent Trench, so yeah. But yeah, so let's go to the... because this is where it would be, basically, down there, basically. You cannot go back to Figaro, because I'm gonna test if I can go back here. Can we go back? And like, you know, like I'm just gonna reload this file no matter what here, but this is just to do as a test, because there are things I want to be talking about. Because basically, so why is it called like a no-stat challenge and stuff that? It is called a no-stat challenge, obviously, because once we get Espers, which is going to be once we reach the what is it called, so and we reach the top of the tower and we get quote-unquote Terra, we find Terra there, Rama will show himself and he will go like, oh, I'm an old man and I escaped the place, and you have to go to the place, but you have to have an airship to go to the place, so you have to do this theater thing, stuff that, you know, and I forgot if there was a reward if you did a theater thing correctly or whatever, because yeah. Right, so I don't remember if it remembers the commands that you choose after the whole thing here. Right. So basically the commands that you have queued here, for example, will be the commands that the game remembers. I just want to test if I can actually go back here without losing him. And stuff that if I can go back and then like put the rest of the party members in. Because the thing is that you need to have room for characters, that if you make your party 4 characters, then you cannot recruit Shadow, basically, pretty much. And I always have the characters in back row, by the way, because I feel that is the best to do. And of course you can change the character with L1 and R1 and stuff, that's yeah. But let's go back to the... I hope it's done okay, so he says that okay. Yeah, so you cannot go back. But I want to test now, like, do you go back and can you go back and recruit him again in Koholint then? Is the question. Can you go back and recruit him again? You can see you can just have him like steal all the time basically. And keep in mind that on this file, I haven't bought a single potion, a single high potion, a single Phoenix Down, or anything. I bought like holy waters, antidote, eye drops, and like gold needles and stuff that, and green share and echo skin and stuff that, but otherwise I haven't. Keep in mind that even if you buy too many dry meat, because here's the thing, right, that once you recruit him with the dry meat can still actually be used as a healing thing, so you can still actually heal with the dried meat, which actually does give it some use actually. But I think it's also that that once for example he comes back, when he comes back, for example, off the jumping, for example, like he will use join the party again, stuff that. And even if you have it set to auto fight or the auto battle thing, the auto battle will stop actually when he joins again. But sometimes if you happens to be under the effect of Berserk, for example, and you attack him, he will run away. And at that point, I thought that, oh, I have to use meat to make him in party again. No, but he actually forgives you for like attacking him because he can understand, right, that maybe you hit him by mistake or something like that. But yeah. I have gotten some tents at least and some sleeping bags as well, like tents. And there's actually, the funny thing is, if you buy the tents, wait until you have Eddie and you Edgar. Wait till you have him, because here is the thing, like in Figure Castle here, for example, he will also say that Oath and Gods come back here with me one time. Yeah, because I believe, isn't that a clue that you get a blitz for doing that? I forgot exactly what it was. But yeah, for example, I can take money from the king. Your family don't you, for example, and I forgot if the prices here are affected, but I know at least in this shop the items do actually get affected here in price, because you can see tents are only 600, which I believe is actually way cheaper than the tents are normally and stuff that. So, you know, because otherwise I believe tents are 1,000 or 1,200 gil, something like that, which is, you know, so basically you get 50% off on the tents, which is actually pretty decent. You know, so yeah. And in certain games, right, they're called shelters, right, instead of tents, or is shelter the step above? Because in certain games, of course, tent doesn't heal you for full or whatever, because yeah. So let's go back again to, right, we need to go here. No. Actually, we need to go here. Yeah, because that's where it is. I just wanted to see if he is back in calling, and I want to see if he's actually back here. Stuff that, because yeah. I don't know if you could recruit him with 3 characters and stuff that, but I put it only to the, well, like when I'm from the party and stuff that, like I made it to only be 2 party members just because I wanted to make sure that I could recruit Shadow again. Stuff that, because yeah. But we should have gotten back the equipment then. Yeah, Ninja Gear is back here in Green Beret as well, so yeah. But I want to see, like, is he back here and you can recruit him again, because, yeah, because, no, he's not back here now. Yeah, he's not recruitable now again, okay. So configuration, return to title screen. Yeah. Am I gonna play a bit and make this a full recording maybe? I should. So we cannot go back. That's a bit sad. I probably could have had 4 party members here, but it doesn't matter that much. I don't know if there's better stuff that I can use here. I mean, I know Hyper Wrist on him is pretty good as well, but I don't really need anything else, and I feel like the tankiness of him is more important right now. Stuff that's, yeah. We're gonna go north here, even though we don't need to, because I want to find more locations, of course, obviously. Steel. Oh, you could use the attack with the 2 other ones to give him more chances to steal, obviously, and stuff that, you know. But because then you're gonna steal way more stuff. Oh, and dried meat actually drops there, okay. And I believe one of these is what becomes the arena or Colosseum later on. Yeah. Beep, boop. Yeah, Hero's Ring. That's the only thing right here. did Heroes Ring do again? I forgot. Isn't that a thing that's actually... Yeah, both boost both physical and magical attack power. So Hero's Ring is the same effect as Earring and the other thing. And it's not like Hyper Beast combined with Earring, because basically Earring is the thing that of course increases, the effect increases when worn in pair. So if you wear 2 Earring, it's really good. I believe that the other version of the Earring, there is supposed to be a strength version, but I forgot what a strength version is called. Or if it's meant to be the Gygax glove and stuff like that, because that says that it boosts various attack power. But this is of course magic, so it would have to be strength. Like, do they mean Hyper Beast, or is there a regular Power Beast or something like that, you know? Is the question, because yeah. But I believe then, like, probably Hero Rings also stack as well, probably. My Colosseum. Whoa. Right, and the other thing is going to be the forest, right? It's going to be the Chocobo thing. Is there anything in here? And if you do that sound, when there are people outside, they will think that you are whistling at them. Joyce, Joyce, Joyce. Well, I didn't get to show you what the other party members were called, damn it. Yeah, take it down. That's one of the moves he can do with it, and he can still do the regular attacks when he gets the Interceptor to do a move. And yeah, and it can actually do several moves. It's not just takedown. Although takedown, I believe, is the most common one, but he actually has several moves that he can do and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, I forgot also, when it comes to the Veld, like, I believe that enemies, even enemies you haven't encountered, can still show up there. Or maybe you have to have gotten it as an encounter, because for some reason I couldn't get a stray cat to appear. For whatever weird reason. I don't think this is the Final Fantasy 1 situation where the tip has like a really, really good encounter. I mean, sometimes, you know, sometimes they are specific. Yeah, Wild Fang, there you can see that's another attack. So the crux to this challenge is basically, of course, obviously there are... I forgot if there's any hidden locations yet. Because I do believe that there are locations on the map that doesn't have like an icon to them. There are still like locations. But I forgot if those locations are only after it becomes the World of Ruin. Or if it happens earlier. So that. And yes, I know about the really, really good grind spot where you have the invisible behemoth looking enemies, basically the behemoths that are standing up and they look like invisible. There is a way to actually make them visible, if I remember correctly, and you can hit them like with physical attacks and stuff like that, so yeah. There is just one thing I want to check in calling in again. I wanted to actually double check the... So air knife, chain, flail. You could theoretically have 2 of that same thing with the Moonring Blade. And I got 10 of these for the scrolls. Yeah, Magus Hat of course has the magic +5 and stuff that's, yeah. And there's a lot of characters that can use the twist headband, but yeah, but certain ones have of course hidden effect. Silk Robe also gives you 1+ magic and stuff that, so I have them. I have the Silk Robe and the Magus Hat on Celes and on Terra and stuff that, yeah. Now sadly it takes until the World of Ruin, basically it takes until the World of Ruin before you can get more Genny gloves. And at that point, gaining gloves aren't as good at that point. Stuff that, sadly. And yeah, and now I've done everything in here already. I forgot, is Paralaria a stealable target, this question? Because there are, of course, some steals that are rare. Now here's the thing, like when you do a normal steal, you have a chance to get the rare steal, but I forgot exactly what the chance is. Yeah, okay, Twist Headband you can steal from him, that kind of makes sense, because you steal the headband from the regular guy. So I'm guessing it's gonna be one of those karate-like, or karate, like one of those martial artist type of characters that you probably can steal Green Beret from as well. Because that makes sense, of course, obviously. Well, Iron Fist is different, actually. Iron Fist is not the same. So that might be a weapon, maybe. Yeah, Twist Headband. We can still summon a Twist Headband. Yeah, see, so yeah, that's a problem. For example, that, yeah, he will waste some turns stealing from the same target that he has already stolen from. This is not a Final Fantasy IX situation, because certain enemies in Final Fantasy IX you can steal like multiple times from, of course, obviously, because enemies can have several things, you know. But it's not like an infinite steal, like you cannot, like, for example, steal like infinite high potions from something, for example, like they steal, but they can have like more steals than one at the same time, right? You know, see? Just one high potion to each. There you go. Yeah, but I don't think there are any hidden areas yet. Normally I used to use tools on him and stuff there, but yeah. And I believe it's 6, 10, 50 is the clock in so, I believe. You can see like my colors are very vibrant on the screen and stuff there, because I'm using like the warm filter thing. I always like the old warm thing, because I feel like a lot of televisions, like a lot of people like cool for some reason and stuff that. I think that makes the color more natural, or that having it set to normal. I think that a lot of old televisions had way more color to them than like more modern televisions have, so you have to use like warm filters and have to like use as much color as possible to make like all games kind of look like they're supposed to look, because I think there was a problem with Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster is that a lot of the colors is completely wrong. Like for example, Terra's hair color, I've seen, for example, some people when they play the Pixel Remaster, Terra's hair color looks pale green, which is actually not what her hair color is supposed to look like. If you play this SNES game, then her hair color is not actually pale green. It has like more darker green in it, so it's not like it's like a dark green, you know, like color itself. But yeah, isn't this the rich town? Ygidor is the rich town, yeah. Richmond town. But then there we have the Mog. There we have the file where we're using Edgar. Here's when we're using Sabin and company, and that is where we have with Loki Cole. Isn't this now where green breads become available? Notice. Okay, we get Ninja gear now. Yeah, so we have one. But wait, one in stock, one equipped. Right, so you have to realize that the stock and the equip is not the same. Because see, that is wrong. That makes you think that you have one extra that you don't have, right? So yeah. white dress is magic +5, so we probably need only 2 of those then. White dress. You can see here, Twist Headband there, for example, is more strength, more agility, and more stamina. But it doesn't give you the same HP increase. And it is less armor overall. That also gives you evasion +10 from the Green Beret. You see that evasion is very important in this. In the SNES version, of course, evasion doesn't work properly or whatever. You might say sometimes I'm overspending on things, but yeah, but it's easy to make money, you know, of course, but yeah. The westernmost town on the map. Okay, so there's only one item in Idor. Happen to be here? No. I do go and be cheeky sometimes and actually put it in the... I don't remember if there's any stable in the game where they actually put things in the actual stable. Right there's there. Oops. I forgot that you can actually press away the map like that, so yeah. So we need 2 of those, 2 Xenoxis, 2 Kodashi, get 1 more blade. And the reason why I'm using, why I'm getting 2 is once we have like more gaming gloves and stuff like that, but yeah. So Kodashi is better, of course. Now he can slap in damage, but of course he can still miss, so you can, for example, you can combine that, for example, with Sniper Eye. Just for the physical attacks never miss, and that also I believe it also completely ignores darkness. But yeah, but Fairy Ringer is of course the same effect as both the Silver's Spectacles and the Star Pendant, but yeah. And I believe there isn't a inventory limit in this. I hope there isn't, so that I can just have a bunch of stuff. And Xenoxis is also good. Sparking is bäst with the power to smite in. Intressant move. Motiv. Yeah, Moonring Blade is actually interesting. I forgot if it says it on the weapon or not, but I believe that the Moonring Blade actually is a long-range weapon, so it will do full damage even in the back row. Stuff that. Oh, the poor people were forced downtown. You tell that asshole. Who on you are? Oh, shady kids. Oh, so. Oh, that's not here. Looking for an easy mark. Be careful. Smart. Oh, waterproof. Yeah, tent is normally. Yeah, wow. So it definitely seems like the prices yeah, because Holy Watt and Gold Needles are way more expensive here as well. Antidote, I don't think I got cheap. Oh, maybe I did get it. So maybe there is half off on the prices than in Figaro and stuff like that. But maybe it's only when you have that character with you, which is interesting. Yeah, there is some accessory here as well. Auction house, which you can do anything, or you cannot do anything with it yet. I believe it's actually not until the World of Ruin where you can actually do stuff with it. So peace ring, barrier ring, earring. But we have 2 equipped, so we technically need 4. There we go. And getting more Sniper Eye would actually be pretty good. Beasting is also pretty good because it's like Berserking Confusion. So I believe there is a certain specific boss that can mess you up. Right, isn't there a specific boss that has both Berserk and Confusion or whatever it is, but yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna be something similar to White Cape later on. I forgot because I do know that in certain games the White Cape do exist, but it's not called White Cape, but it's like the Elven Cape or something like that, I think. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Houser's patch. And there's the only one. Okay, so that's the only thing. And it's an ether. Which yes, we can sell an ether cell for 150. A treasure chest on a canvas. A picture of an old urn. A beautiful still life of flowers, almost as if they were alive. It appears to be a lamp. And then it looks like it would be 2 bases, but no, that's actually the lamp. Kind of sprite or whatever. This one looks awfully familiar. Looks of a lovely lady. Suit of armor, it would seem. A very old painting, but that's not a fucking bucket. I don't know if that was meant to be something else before and it got censored or whatever, I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of inside joke or something like that. Right, and that's why it's... Doesn't it say? Yeah, because this is the same flower there. Yeah. There are... Yeah, because there you can see there's the lantern and you can see that it's clearly there. It looks like 2 vases, but that's of course because they are actually giving off light. These ones are not. I mean, you can technically see it, but yeah, but the people who say, oh, that's not a lamp. And then you have literally the lamp right here. God damn it, some people, man. Like some people have like 0 pattern recognition or whatever, they're like hurdy-durdy-dur. Sometimes, of course, they might do like act stupid, like for entertainment purposes and stuff like that. Yeah, because all of them are lying, of course, obviously. Snork. And the Opera House, of course, further down south, of course. But we did check, right? Yeah, we checked everything here. Yeah. And then the gear is very useful. I forgot everything that each of the stat like stands for and stuff, that like each of the things that they affect and stuff like that. Yeah. But of course, when it comes to once we get the espers, there will only be certain espers that we will allow ourselves to equip and stuff like that. I'm just adding this to the map, the location just for the Opera House here. Beep boom. Och sitt cider attack you. Some slaps. Yeah, it's always interesting because the backgrounds was always like good in Final Fantasy VI and stuff like that. In the backgrounds, it was more like almost like painting-esque in terms of the way they made the backgrounds look in 6 and stuff like that, you know. So let's go to Soul. I'm not 100% certain how Soul is gonna go, however, because of a certain very specific thing. I know it's possible to kill the giants without them retaliating with the magnitude, what is it, 8 or whatever it is. It does like actually a lot of damage and stuff like that, so yeah. And I forgot if it heals less when you're in the menus and this, or if it still heals the same. Let's just visit the forest. Oh yeah, high potions, nice. I forgot if it's only Wild Fang and Takedown. I think there's actually more moves than that. But I think there are certain moves that are rare, and I believe certain moves also require him to be a specific level as well, maybe. And I believe Mog is not recruitable yet. I believe also to recruit Mog you need to have Terra be the active, like be actually in the party, and then also be like the, you know, the lead character, so to speak. Like she needs to be the first one. She needs to be in the top slot, and she needs to be also the active character. Oops. Actually, let me show we see outside here. Nope, I'm not quick save. Don't quick save. Okay, so what is the building again? Like this is the building, like the tallest there is the building, of course, we need for the... Wait, is it... Yeah, it is that one, right? It has Terra. Gobbledygook. Takedown. Okay, so we stole from one, we stole, what was it? Was it Phoenix Down we stole? Because from the first one we didn't. Wait, he's only available for a certain amount of battles? Yeah, that's actually pretty bad. That's actually good for us. Yeah, everyone can use Greenberry, yeah, that's good. So I have 892. Oh, that's giving me over 1,000, yeah. It's thieves now and being gouge. So we can get more agility. Really idiot. Oh yeah, Runeblade, he can actually use Runeblade. But how would that work? Because he has no mana or MP or whatever, because if you check here, for example, Runeblade, a sword that draws MP from its wielder to deal critical hits, which makes actually Runeblade very good because of that. Of course, here slap on, for example, Hyper Beast. We do have two, right? We already got two Hyper Beasts, so we can slap on double of those. Ooh, two. We have so many potions, so let's just use a bunch. So let's try this building first, and then we'll try that building, and then we'll try the one with the inn, the one with the armor, the one with the weapon, and then the one to the... Well, actually, you jump between those two buildings there. Yeah. You need to remember that, because you cannot enter that one from the below there. So it has two items and... But what that means that this is the correct building what? How does that work? Oh. Ah? Uh-huh. It doesn't look like that on the map, like this is the same building as this one. How the fuck does that connect? Right, he's the one that can steal from you. Yeah, Phoenix Down is the last steal. Please don't tell me that those are stuff that hid that. Yeah, oh, we get a bunch of guild balance just because we got the stuff back and we got barrier. Like the reason why I don't want to use the noise blast is because I believe it's very, very loud. The drill is really good, but it's only one target, if I remember correctly, the drill. Hopefully this does connect with the other thing. Oh, this might be one where we die. That's a fucking veiled answer. Right, and I can actually steal with the attack, right? Yeah. But the question is, can we get more? Can we get more thief rings or thief knives is the question. Because they do stack like all the weapons and other stuff. I don't think there is anything that you get there, but yeah, but this is definitely the right tower then. This is the one that you need to climb. I figures I go to the correct tower immediately and stuff there, because yeah, you can see, for example, if we go up here. Now we're almost suddenly in this building. But it doesn't look like it connects to that other building there for some reason. It's just so weird. I don't think we can use the hook already, I don't think. Wait, is it? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, so we don't want to do that building yet, because that is the correct building then. Then do this one first then instead. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Strange, we haven't seen the giant yet though. It's a bit weird, and this is not like a part one or whatever was challenge or anything like that, but yeah. Right, and we cannot go anywhere there. Or his rusted shot. Rusted shot. Right, we didn't sell either yet because it's better to sell more of them. And there he is. Hey, Jesus. I don't know how often he tries to steal though. Okay, that at least shows me that they're not particularly hard to defeat. So it seems like its stealing is actually very rare from the Thief's Knife. Because I don't think that is affected by Thief's Brace or the Thief's Knife. I don't think, like, I think that the Thief's Knife actually has a lower chance than normal to steal. So let's go down to the bed. And the question is the Giga's gloves, is it, what was the rest still? Yeah, there we go. But I mean, here's the thing, right, by this point, the Giga's glove isn't that good. It's actually pretty decent damage, actually. So we need to go to the bed one, we need to go to the armor one, and we need to go to the sword one. Like try to jump between the buildings, don't do anything stupid, like try to jump between the buildings. Right, so it's 6, 10, and then 50. Yeah. Bada-bada-bada-boom. Bada-bada-boom. Chainsaw. Hell yeah, the chainsaw. Damage or install dispatch on enemy use with tools command. Hell yeah. Delete. So it's always the bad one that has the chainsaw. You delete. So that's 2 chests. Stubbath. Yeah, and the spin shows that it isn't an insta-kill, but when he has the mask, when he has the you know, that mask, when he has the ace mask, or the hockey mask, or whatever you want to call it. Right, and we need to do the armor one, or the shield one, rather the shield one and the sword one, because I want to check what's there. Come on, it's up to all burst and nearly. Come on, man. I only have 2 now. I have 2 Gigas gloves. But it doesn't say how much it boosted from the Gigas glove. It's the whole thing, right? But the fact that you get one very early, you actually get one in Mount Colts. It's actually where you get the first Gigas glove. But it is pretty hidden if you don't know. And of course, once we reach a certain part in the game, of course, I will sell a bunch of my equipment, but I will only sell ever down to 1, so I have at least 1 of each thing, you know, stuff that's yeah. But then the price is for posing. I believe you can also get the chainsaw much later also in the game as well if you miss it in here and stuff that, but yeah. But of course you need to get it, of course, if you... And I believe the way you figure out the time is you actually need to talk to almost every single one of the like citizens. And you figure out because you like all the numbers they say are false, of course, so you know. So you need to pay attention exactly to what they say. Because they're all lying, of course, obviously. Does that have the same password as clock then? Oh, that's actually good that she attacked both targets there. The clock's hand is pointing at the 2. Right. Doesn't have a minute hand. So where is the minutes? But it says 2, right? And it was, what was it, 6:10, 6:10:50. Yeah, that's correct. And I know it's not the highest damage or anything, but you know. Some of the badges, just how we're actually getting. Battering is a cosmetic +2. Deflecting doesn't give you anything there though, in terms of stats. There's also a shell ring, I believe, as well, but I think we already have the shell ring equipped. I'm pretty certain I picked up a shell ring somewhere. That's Cassiel, yeah, it's the protectoring, whatever it's called. I forgot exactly what it was called. I have it already equipped on someone else. Kabelskok. But didn't the chainsaw used to be able to attack all characters? I forgot, or was there a certain accessory that did it? Actually, this is actually very good to him otherwise. But we need to go to that one again. I would think that maybe it's in some of the boxes here or whatever. Wow, that just insta-kills it. 3 people here. I don't know if the things are outside here or not. The things that you need to loot. And you know, I would actually love to head outside here and maybe tent it up. Every tent will feel like a waste. Because yeah, I don't think we can get to the bottom of that building over there. So maybe that's why it looks like that over here. That all of this connects, that this building here, the roof of this building connects to the other building here. So it's all supposed to be one massive skyscraper or whatever, because yeah. Maybe there isn't supposed to be outside, maybe they are supposed to be inside buildings, all the stuff in, say so. Because I would love to record here too, where the challenge technically starts more for real and stuff that, you know, once we actually get the things. So let's sleeping bag. And we are 27 here. Of course, we don't have Shadow anymore with us and stuff like that now. I don't remember if it's that Shadow only stays for a certain amount of... Maybe it's the level that it's tied to or something. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna do one more recording session after this. It is basically just an update for the... What is it, 26th today? 6th of July 2025, so yeah.